Hey guys, I'm Dawn with Joy-Filled Simplicity, and today we're going to be tackling my bedroom. About a year and a half ago, we went through this massive decluttering process. We moved from a house that was 3,500 square feet to a house now that is a little under 1,300 square feet. And so when we were moving to this house, we decided we're not getting a storage unit. We are going to bring to this house what we need. We're going to bring what fits, and we're going to get rid of the rest. And it felt awesome, and I felt like pretty good when we got into this house. Well, something changed about 6 months ago, and that is the way that I was doing laundry. Pre 6 months ago, I just hated laundry. I don't know. Laundry has just been like my nemesis. It's not logical, but I just hated it. And so I would let laundry pile up and pile up and pile up. The pro to that is that your laundry bins are like extra storage. The con is that you often don't have clothes clean that you actually want to wear. Well, now that we're doing laundry, and pretty much on a daily basis, all of our laundry is clean. The con to that is that now our dressers are stuffed and we have the clothes that we want to wear, but they're piled up on top of our dressers. Too many clothes for the space that we have. I am going to declutter this with you. There's 3 things that I'm going to use as ways that I'm going to declutter. Well, the first thing is that I'm going to use the container concept. This is from Dana, A Slob Comes Clean. So she has 2 books. One is called Decluttering at the Speed of Life, and the other one is called like Managing Your House Without Losing Your Mind. I love them both, okay? Anyways, in her book, she has this container concept. And basically what the container concept is that everything is a container. So like your house is a container, then within your house, each one of your rooms is a container, and then within your rooms, things like your dresser or your closet, they're containers. And they set the limit for you. So you have 2 options with containers. You either let them set that limit, you fill up the container, and then if it doesn't fit, it's gotta go. Or you get a bigger container. And sometimes I think a lot of us are really tempted to get a bigger container. Like that's honestly what we want, but that's not what we have. Okay, so how do we figure out what's gonna go in our container? I have certain clothes that I always gravitate toward. Shirts that I like the way they fit, pants that are comfortable. So those I'm definitely gonna keep. Those definitely get a spot in the container. So I'm gonna put those aside. Stuff that I'm like, I don't know. If I still have room in my container, great, it can go back in the drawers. But if I don't have room, I'm gonna set it aside. Then the next level down is what is gonna fit in this season of life? Like actual season, so we're getting into fall now. So I don't need my bathing suits. I don't need my like cute big floppy hats. I don't need my cover up, so I can put that aside. Now, if you're like me in my other house, my closet was plenty big. And because my closet was big, I kept all my seasons in my closet all the time, and it was fine. In this house, I don't have space for that. Also think of your season of life. So right now, I'm about halfway through my pregnancy. The reality, I'm not gonna be in my pre-pregnancy clothes for probably a year. That's being gracious. It's fine, it's great, it's awesome, totally worth it. But that's just the reality. There's no reason that they need to be taking up space in my dresser or in my closet. Let's pull those out so that I don't have to be digging through all that stuff to get to the stuff that I can wear. The other thing is to think about season of life in this term. Pre having kids, I was kind of in the corporate world. I wore, blazer jackets and pantsuits and dress suits and, pencil skirts and heels, and like that was my jam. And I loved it. And I haven't been able to part with it, even though it's been 4 years. All right. And so I still have these blazers and these pantsuits and stuff hanging in my closet. There's no reason for that. I'm not going to wear them for a while. So let's put those aside too. So that's kind of how I'm going to sort through. A, I have a container. It's self-limiting. B, I'm going to keep the stuff that I know that when it's clean and I have laundry available to me, these are the things that I want to wear. And C, I'm going to keep stuff that is appropriate for the season of life that I'm in and literally the season of the year. Okay, so now what do we do with that? We have a big pile of stuff, right, that is not appropriate for this season of life, or doesn't fit, or whatever we don't particularly like. What do we do with that? Dawn from The Minimal Mom has a concept that she calls a quarantine bin. And I love this. Quarantine bin is your in-between, right? It's like, I'm not ready to donate or trash these clothes and say goodbye forever, but I'm also knowing that I don't really think I want to use them on a daily basis. I don't think I need them. So you put them in a quarantine bin and you put them away, out of sight, Whether if you have a basement, awesome. If you have an attic, awesome. If you, like me, have under bed space, that's where our quarantine bins go, is under our bed. When we moved into the house about a year ago, I had some quarantine bins that stuff didn't fit in our dressers. And so I put them in quarantine bins when we moved in here. If I haven't gone into that quarantine bin and pulled stuff out in the past year, I don't need it. Like, it's already been proven, time tested, it gets to go. Stuff that's coming out of the dresser right now, that is stuff that I'm like, I don't know, maybe we need an extra pair of sweatpants. Maybe we'll need, we're gonna put that in the quarantine bin. And if I need it, I'll be able to go get it. It's not far, it's not gone. I don't have to replace it with more money. Like, nope, under the bed, and I can go get it. But if I don't need it in however much time I want to put on it, 6 months, a year, whatever, if I don't need it, it's gonna go, okay? So we can put them in quarantine bins. Stuff like my pre-pregnancy clothes or another season, like those just need to go in a bin. Obviously, it's not really a quarantine bin, it's just you're gonna store it until you rotate them back into your closet. But that is gonna free up the space in your dresser and in your closet for the stuff that you actually use on a daily basis. When you open your dresser and you open your closet, it's an option and it's a good one. That's what we want left in our dresser. And we don't want all the piles on the dresser like they are right now. Okay, so that's the process that I'm gonna use to sort through, and then that's what I'm gonna do with the clothes after I'm done. If there's stuff, obviously, that just needs to go because it's, has holes in it or whatever, I just really don't like it. Like, let's get that out of the house. But anything I'm not sure about, I'm gonna put in my quarantine bin, and I'm gonna rotate my seasons. I'm gonna show you the process. I'll show you my different piles. I'll show you how it's all gonna work. And then we'll come back and we'll see the end result. And it's gonna feel so much better. Okay guys, so we are diving into our old quarantine bins, okay? So sorry. We have like multiple pairs of extra work shorts that he had. And like, I thought that, look, we got another pair of work shorts. I thought like maybe I would wear these Christmas PJs, but I haven't worn them in years. And like, I know they're not going to fit this year. So like all this stuff that we have not come in and gotten, it's been a year that we've lived in this house. And what that means is that I've been through every season. I had a Christmas in this house that I could have come and gotten these, and I didn't. And my husband has been through summer and fall and winter and spring, and he never went and got any of these shorts to work in. And so these have been time tested that we don't really want them. So we are going to get rid of them. I have a few of these bins under here. And so this is going to open up the storage for the rest of the stuff that we're going to go through. All right, I'll kind of show you what I am doing for my clothes, because here's the deal. My husband and I do the same thing, and I bet it's probably the same thing you do, right? I'm going to show you my workout clothes. Here, let me move you up a little bit. I have a few pairs of leggings that I really like, so I know I'm going to keep those in a pile. I have a few pairs of shorts that I really like. And again, a lot of this is based on the fact that my stuff has to be clean, right? I mean, if I don't do my laundry, I'm not going to have the shorts that I actually prefer to wear available. And then I am going to have to be forced into the bottom pile. Look at all these workout shorts. The bottom pile, I mean, can we be honest? This is a real cute skirt. Mama ain't fitting into this. Like, I don't know why I still have this. Real cute tennis skirt. I can confident, I don't even have to put that in a quarantine bin, okay? I can't wear that. So that's just gonna get out of my house. I don't even have to spend any quarantine bin space on that. It's just going. Okay, same with these shorts. I mean, I like them. I really like these shorts. I can't fit into them. I literally haven't been able to fit into them since I started having kids. That was 4 years ago. So they can go, okay? I already have a pile of shorts that I do like. A pile, tennis skirt. 8 years ago, that was cute. That's one of those things that's like you make the move, like we made the move and I kept those. There's just no reason to, guys. There's no reason to. When you know it doesn't fit, just say sayonara. Okay, so I have a stack of these that I'm gonna put in a quarantine bin and some that are gone. We can do the same thing with my shirts, right? I have all the stuff that I like to wear and I always choose to wear. It's all at the top of the pile. I'm going to keep those. I mean, guys, I haven't worn these. Like, now that my clothes are clean, I never wear these. I would like to think that I could wear these sometime again, but guys, the reality is that these are small and they've been small for a long time. And they can go. They can just go because they're too small. I don't prefer them. And so why let them take up any more real estate in my overflowing drawer of workout clothes? So do you see how we're going through this? And it's not like an emotional process. The stuff that I like, I'm gonna keep. And so I don't want you to ever feel like I just have to get rid of all of my favorite stuff. No, like I don't want you to get rid of all your favorite stuff. I actually want you to keep your favorite stuff. And I want your favorite stuff to be available to you to wear easily whenever you want it. But the stuff that crowds out our closets and that crowds out our dressers, it's often not our favorite stuff. It's often the stuff that is shoved at the bottom that we have not touched in months, and it can just go. Now, some of these things, like some of these workout shorts, I'm not sure. I'm gonna put them in a quarantine bin. Some of the stuff, I am sure. I'm sure that I don't need it in my house anymore. So I am just going to set another pile aside, and we're gonna have two piles going. Quarantine bin pile and donation pile. The stuff that isn't gonna stay in my house, it's gonna go to somebody else that can actually use it, okay? So we're gonna go through that whole process for all of our dressers and our closet. And I want to show you, because I told you that I haven't been able to part with my blazers, right, from my previous life as a working not mama. And you can see our closet. I mean, I feel like for a tiny little closet, can you see how little that closet is? For a tiny little closet, I feel like we did a pretty good job of paring our stuff down. But you can still see I'm not going to be able to put all my maternity clothes in this. I can't add to this. So now these clothes, I know I like these clothes. There's nothing in this closet right now that I want out of my house, but I do want it out of my closet. And I have clothes that I want to put in the closet, and I don't want it to be so scrunched in here that I can't find what I actually want to wear. Okay. Also, I am not like a color coordinated, tabbed kind of person. But if you guys have never color coordinated your closet, I just think maybe try. I don't know. It helps so much because, like, I think that we know when we want to wear a certain color in a day. And when all of my white shirts are together, it's so easy to find stuff. And when your closet isn't so scrunched up that you can't find things because you're like shoving through, you can find your stuff so easily and you know what stuff you have. And when it's color coordinated, it just, to me, color coordinating your closet and putting things in sections, like these are all my shirts, these are all my jackets and sweaters, and then these are like all my dresses back here, just makes finding stuff so much easier. So I don't know if you guys already do that. If you do, if you don't, as you're going through this process, try it. I think it's a winner. So I'm going to do that for our closet. You can see some of this stuff like can stay. I can still wear for a little bit while I'm pregnant. It's nice and loose. So I'm going to keep that in there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the closet. I'm going to go through our dressers. I'm going to get our quarantine bins. I'm going to get our like sayonara, get out of the house pile. And I'm going to come back to you guys when we are done with this. Okay? All right, so in these bags, I have the clothes that I'm not gonna need for a while. And I really love these vacuum sealed bags because they really do save space, and they make somewhere like under my bed, which isn't a lot of usable storage space, actually really functional. And so in one of the bags, I have all my pre-pregnancy clothes that I'm not gonna need for several more months. And then in the other bag, I have my dress clothes, like my suits and my blazers, things that are just not right for this phase of life. And then in the last bag, I have my pregnancy, maternity clothes that are spring, summer, that I'm not gonna be able to wear in this season of the year. And so all of those things are gonna go back under my bed, and they're gonna be out of sight, out of mind. But if I ever need them, I can go dip into those bags, and they are readily accessible, but they are not taking up precious real estate in my dresser or my closet. All right, guys, so this is the final product. And I know it just looks like a super basic dresser and a tiny closet that doesn't have doors on it yet, but the dresser doesn't have piles on it. The drawers open and close. Isn't that awesome? The closet has stuff in it that I can actually wear for this season of life, this season of the year. My husband's dresser doesn't have piles of clothes on it anymore. His clothes actually fit inside of his dresser. You can see he still has belts and some other things that he keeps on his dresser, and so we'll probably just get a tray or basket or something. That's not a big deal, but look, his clothes fit in here. Clothes clean, put away, and not have piles in your room. And I know our room is tiny, right? But even in a small space, when it's not cluttered, man, it can still feel really good, and it can be really easy to manage. Well, I hope that helps, guys. Overall, that probably took about 3 hours. 3 hours of my time to sort through the stuff, to actually have a space that feels better, that's decluttered, that's clean, and a closet that is actually functional with clothes that I can wear now. Totally worth 3 hours. Okay, good luck on your project. Talk to you soon.